Performance really comes down to heat transfer. And with Wolf's induction, steam, infrared, and radiant, we truly encompass what makes us the master of heat transfer. The most common of heat transfer is what we call radiant. That's your regular oven. Now, regular oven has kind of a stagnant temperature flow. That's why we have the dual fan convection with our radiant heat, so that you have continual flow of even temperature for predictably delicious results. The second is steam, which is becoming more and more popular. And I like to really relate this to a story of if I was to open up my radiant oven at Thanksgiving and just put my hand in the oven, not touch anything, but just put my hand in there, I'm likely not to get burned. However, if I lift up the boiling water making the mashed potatoes and I put my hand right above the steam, I'm probably going to get burnt. It's that power of steam that allows the heat transfer to the core of proteins, allowing them to cook quicker and yet maintain the moisture and quality of the protein you're cooking. The next is induction cooking. And many of your customers are hearing about it all in the news today, as a lot of people are transferring to this for its technology. A normal radiant cooktop or even a gas cooktop uses the element or the burner to heat the bottom of the pot. This skips that step altogether and uses the pot or the ferrous metals within inside the pot to create the heat transfer. Some of the greatest advantages that inductions brings is that we can actually react very quickly, both high and low temperature. So I have this water at a full boil right now. So if I take this here and I turn it down, you will notice how immediately that responds. That's the power of induction, because it's using the ferrous metals again, so it can turn the temperature all the way off. The second is really about speed and efficiency. With induction, you can get to a rolling boil up to 40% faster than any other cooking source. Next would be infrared heat. And the infrared heat can really be found whether it's in our gas range in the broil element, the griddle or the grill. All of those have infrared heat. Again, I'm a person with stories, and so I like to tell the story about infrared. I remember my mom had that infrared massager that had the red lights on it, and it was supposed to do much better at really relaxing your muscles. And the reason why is that infrared would actually be able to infuse into the muscles, allowing them to relax and accept the massage. It's that same power that allows us to have the heat transfer while cooking with infrared. So how does it work? Well, in our cooking surfaces, we actually have a sheet of porcelain with thousands of tiny holes in it. We shoot gas through that creates an invisible heat wave that starts to cook from the outside in on your proteins. That heat wave makes it to where you can have a quicker cook, you can sear an entire surface, or you have complete recovery like on our griddle, so that you get even temperatures on both sides of the cooking. Whether you're using radiant, steam, induction, or infrared, the flexibility and performance is what makes Wolf your cooking specialist.